give it up for our President Joe Biden. Oh, it's good to be back. Please have a seat, everyone. Please have a seat. I have to say, it is so good to be back. And let me just say about Joe Biden,
Here come a damn lie.
Hello to all my Divine Nine brothers and sisters and my sorors. And to all my HBCU brothers and sisters. But let me just talk for a moment about Joe Biden. It has been the honor of my lifetime to serve as his vice president. And I'll tell you, I have worked very closely with him, whether we are in the Oval Office or the Situation Room. And so I thank you, Joe Biden, for everything you are and everything you have yet to do. And thank you also to all the leaders of CBC, Chair Stephen Horsford, CBCF Chair Terry Sewell, and ALC co-chairs Troy Carter and Lucy McBath for your years of service to CBC and to our nation. I also want to thank Hakeem Jeffries, who will be the next Speaker of the House. Yes, he will. And nobody knows how to quote Biggie better than Hakeem.
Why pander to blacks like that? Why talk about our rappers? Why talk about our culture? Why pull up Hakeem Jeffries, who is a black man at this moment? But you guys never talk about what you're going to do for black people. Even Hakeem Jeffries, none of you. You never talk about what you're going to do for black people. That big old smile on her face. Because we're attached, or that group there is attached to a lot of votes. And she can't even get up there and say anything that the Congressional Black Caucus has done for us. Because they are working with her. And she ain't working with us. So who they working with? Her. Come on, y'all.
Assistant Leader Joe Neguse, thank you for your leadership. And I cannot go further without thanking the great Congressman Jim Clyburn.
Jim Clyburn, the one who got all this shit started. Boss, I'm going to get y'all the black vote in South Carolina. And then South Carolina got the fire going, and you know what happened next. Biden got elected, and that's what I'm telling you guys. We need to wake up and make them honor. Don't just put people in positions. Put people in positions who are going to do something for us. Otherwise, you put someone in a position who's advancing the wealth gap, who's advancing racism, who's against stuff that we're for. That's all. Y'all got to figure this out. It's easy. It's right there in front of all of our faces, and we have to start acting accordingly. We cannot support this woman, and she is completely disrespecting us. All of the things that we have ever fought for in our existence will not culminate in Kamala Harris. And no, I'm not willing to hand anything over to her and trust her with us moving forward when she doesn't have a plan for us. She's not in her heart black like us. She's black like us when she's disarming Donald Trump, pretending to be black so he's limited in what he can say to her. That's an advantage. That's a damn advantage. And if you're going to be taking them kind of advantages, you better start acting black completely with your policies, making us look ridiculous here.
So tonight I must also speak the names of incredible leaders who were my friends, who were our friends, and with whom I had the honor of closely working over the years. Representatives Eddie Bernice Johnson, Donald Payne Jr., and Sheila Jackson Lee. And I know that their work will live on through ours.
No, that's God damn it, no it won't. Fuck shit, no it won't. What is wrong with you? You ain't that goddamn good. Obama, I guess he is doing the same shit. We was stupid. We never seen this shit. We seen this shit before, and we seen it on a higher level. Come on, y'all. This is ridiculous. Ain't nobody did shit to hand or nothing over to her. Do you hear what she is saying? Oh, hell no.
And finally, to all the members of the CBC, over the years, we have worked so closely together on so many important issues, from
bullshit.
Addressing the crisis of maternal mortality, to expanding access to capital for small businesses, to defending the sacred freedom to vote.
And that's the CDC, the Congressional Black CBC, I'm sorry. That's the Congressional Black Caucus. The Congressional Black Caucus. And all they've done is shit for other people. They need to sit quiet on some of that shit. It's going to get handled. They got a real government that deal with real shit. Y'all need to be dealing with black issues. For real. They're not going to let COVID just go out of control, and the Congressional Black Caucus got involved and saved it. They don't need y'all for that shit. We need y'all. We need y'all to really for real fight for us and quit playing around with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris looks way too much like us to be acting the way she is. She's up there fucking it up with the look. Look at the look. Everybody going, oh my God. Black people pissed. Why you hating on her? It's like, are you serious? Are you serious? Name one thing that she has planned that's going to benefit us. Nothing. And she looking like us. She dealing with being able to pull out the race card. That was that old playbook. And we okay? No, we not. No, we not. I ain't. Y'all better not be. Man.
And I thank you, CBC, always for that partnership and your leadership as a proud, I'm going to say still, member of CBC. So for more than half a century, everyone here knows the Congressional Black Caucus has served as the conscience of the Congress and of our nation. And as a proud former CBC member, I know firsthand America relies on the leaders in this room, not only for a conscience, but for a vision.
No, that's bullshit. And if it is, what kind of a goddamn vision have they been given in the United States? It ain't cut through our eyes. I don't know what she's talking about. I hate that shit. I really do. That she gets up here and speaks, and people who are regular people like myself do look at this shit and be cheering for, go Kamala, go. Why? What are we cheering for? She ain't said shit that's gonna benefit us, and we cheering for, oh that's right. Because if we don't support her, then Donald Trump will win. And then we'll lose our democracy. The same democracy that enslaved your ass. Oh, yeah. We don't want that to happen. You know what? We need to let the Democrats know that they can have, what they say, two things can be true. We can vote for you, and you can do something for us. Two fucking things can be true. Why don't y'all get that part? Why is it so hard for y'all to ask? Because you know if you ask her for something, she's gonna say no, and then it's gonna mean you gotta do something about it. You can't just get openly disrespected. So you're avoiding being disrespected by not asking for nothing, which is punk ass shit. As it is.
The CBC has always had a vision for the future of our nation, a future where we can see what is possible, unburdened by what has been.
No, we're not going to let that slide. I can't believe she's still saying that shit. What is unburdened by what has been, or what the fuck did she say? Let me see if I can rewind this shit without messing up my tape. Hold on.
Had a vision for the future of our nation, a future where we can see what is possible, unburdened by what has been.
What is possible, unburdened by what has been? What is possible? I don't know. I ain't gonna even fuck with that. That's some bullshit, is what I'm saying. It don't mean we getting nothing. It don't mean she's fighting for us. I know it don't. I know what it don't mean. I don't know why she keeps saying that shit. Did somebody say that? Did she put that somewhere and somebody said, "Oh my God, that's genius," and she really believe that shit? I don't know. It doesn't mean anything. Every time you get in front of a bunch of black people, you just do anything because you know they just love you to pieces.
A future where we fulfill the promise of America.
There go that promise of America again. Somebody is going to have to explain to us what the promise of America is. Because every time we have an administration, the promise of America could change. For me personally, as a black man, the promise has been pretty consistent. I guess 2 things, 3 things, 6 things can be true. Because we damn sure been promised not to go nowhere, not to get shit, not to have no help, no access to opportunities, no access to your opportunity economy, none of that shit. That has been consistent. So I can't say completely that y'all all over the place. Y'all sure lock horns on that. And I guess it is pretty much in our best interest to just deal with one party, because the other party is your identical fucking twin. Identical. In every way when it comes to black people. They talk about us just about as much as you do, except this election cycle, because they're using us against you. So it looks good when you turn into Fox News and they're saying all kind of... I've been actually doing news clips from Fox because they saying good shit about black people. I'm like, yeah, hey, you're right. And they hate us probably more than you do. But they are opportunists. And right now they get a great opportunity to get out there and use black people. And look how she does black people. And black people are, like myself, are looking at that and going, yeah. But we ain't stupid now. Come on, goddammit. But we ain't voting for Trump pretty much in these large numbers. So it is my duty to expose the person that we are voting for. And so that just because we scared of Trump, hate Trump, don't like Trump, whatever the damn thing is with Trump, she ain't gonna reap the benefits just by us dump trucking our votes to her with no expectations. Here, Kamala, 'cause we love you. Bullshit.
Promise of freedom, opportunity, and justice, not just for some, but for all.
She in front of black people. That black caucus, they need to shut her down. Sit your ass down till they're talking crazy. That's some bullshit ass. That's some language that goes with a fight. That's a language that goes with some effort. You can't get up and make speeches like that and you ain't got a goddamn black agenda and you're in front of a bunch of black people talking that shit. And then when you walk out that building, you and Joe clutch hands and be like, we did it, Joe. Yeah, you did it again. Joe, non-African American, descendant of slaves, standing up their ass, addressing a bunch of black people as a black vice president that was given to us by Joe Biden. Remember, you guys, don't forget that shit. She ain't a black American as she was appointed to be. That was his... I don't know who I'm going to make my vice president, but I know one thing. She's going to be a African American. She's going to be black, and then they slip this one in on us. No, I don't think that's what black people was thinking. And then now y'all just rolling with it because you trying to, reconcile it within yourself and within your circles. Yeah, well, she black. They're Jamaicans. Yeah, they're black. And, all that bullshit. No, that ain't what we was talking about. And I know damn well that ain't what Joe Biden was talking about. But Joe Clyburn and all those other, Jim Clyburn and those others decided this is the most loyal. This is the one who would have to take that next step up to president and still be able to be in lockstep with that Democratic Party who ignores us. This is the only one they trusted that much. The real African American women is like, I don't know. They might flip on us, when they get too much up there and expose us to their people. She won't, because she ain't their people. So it's guaranteed to work out, they think. All we got to do right now is turn the lights on, wake the hell up. I don't give a damn. And expose her and call her out and do business with her on that level, straight out. She ain't Hispanic. She's given billions during this administration to Hispanic neighborhoods and causes and programs. So is black, but we don't get nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's not the way it's supposed to work. But for us, it does. We're the only people in the country who get people who they have parades and fanfare and all kind of big events for all the first. He's the first dispatcher who's ever worked in the Northwest region during a rainstorm. He's the first black to win a poetry contest and a spelling bee in the same year. You know, that kind of bullshit that don't really move us along nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Just bullshit. And they keep putting it out there and we keep just eating it up. Like Captain Crunch cereal. Just, ooh, yeah. And we love it. And she love it because we don't ask no goddamn questions. We just love her because we love her. We don't love her because she's done nothing for us. Ain't no black people drilling down beyond the surface and still supporting her. Because the ones that drill down beyond the surface don't support her no more. And the ones that do drill down behind the surface or beyond the surface, they follow politics daily. And they the Roland Martins and the D.L. Hugleys and the people that listen to those shows. Those are the people that still just got that blind support, vote blue no matter who. Donald Trump is the devil and all of that. Okay, he can be the devil. Maybe he shouldn't be in office or even voted in. But maybe she should be talked to before she's voted in. So you don't go in there with that dumbass mentality that, well, shit, the election season's over and I didn't have to promise him nothing and I didn't have to do anything for him. So now I'm in office. I damn sure don't have to communicate with him on any level. Nah, hell no. Come on, black people. Come on, we gotta wake up and not do this. This is bad. And we had Obama to kind of put some breadcrumbs out there to let us know where this shit lead to. And we doing it again. Following the breadcrumbs. And she not even real like, you know, I'm going to be kind here. She's not a mental giant.
And today, that vision, our vision, is under profound threat. While we move and fight to move our nation forward toward a brighter future, Donald Trump and his extremist allies intend to take our nation backward. They will give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations, cut Social Security and Medicare.
Well, they gave some tax cuts to some of those billionaires, and you guys been in office going on 7 weeks shy of 4 years, or well, really, I'm sorry, to the end of the year. I can't be exaggerating just because I dislike you. You've been in there 3.5 years, and you ain't reversed them. If he could enact them, Biden should have reversed them. Did y'all ever talk about that? Hey, Biden, you know what? These things that I'm going to use as a part of my campaign speech, you should reverse them so at least it don't look like we like them. No, he won't notice. We noticed.
And end the Affordable Care Act, which the CBC fought so hard to pass. But we are not going back.
We need to. That's the problem. We need to. We have to go back. We have to go back to the beginning of your speech. We need to go back to the beginning of your administration. When you go talking about going back, what are you talking about? You're the incumbent, and the other one's laying off the side of the stage snoring or something. He's here, he's present, and you guys need to quit acting like you're not in office.
We are not going back. No, we will chart a new way forward.
From where? From where? What? Joe Biden sitting there listening to you disrespect his little administration. You started charting a new way forward 4 years ago. And now here we are at the end of that path, and we're going to chart another way. Y'all don't like the way y'all went? Are you going to make a turn? Or are we going to continue on the path that we charted 4 years ago? You sound like you about to start from scratch here. Scares me. And we ain't included. We wasn't included in the last 4 years, and we ain't included in this 4 years. And y'all got away with that. Black people done slept because we thought you was our reparations for the firstborn. We was gonna have to wait 4 years to reap it once you. And look at this. You ain't even black. You don't even have us on your agenda.
We together have a vision of a future for our country where no person has to go broke just because they got sick. We have a vision that understands then the importance of strengthening the Affordable Care Act. Remember, they tried to name it Obamacare, thinking people wouldn't like it. People love it. He wants to talk about people love it. People love the ACA.
I don't. I thought I did. I thought it was the good thing to do to, absorb a loss in coverage. Not as good a health coverage as I had for my fellow Americans. That's bullshit. Not when Israel over there getting 100% medical free and we giving them billions of dollars each year. That makes no sense. I will never ever advocate for no shit like that again. I want the best health care I can get, and that this country will allow me to get. And if it's going to cost me to put more money in to help poor people, then they better start doing that shit in other countries first. Because we the richest country in the land, remember? If we the richest country in the land, why do they tout that and brag on that, and then we don't act like it? We don't live like it, and we don't look like it. We need to be the richest country in the land, starting with things that matter, like our health care. And the jobs and the technology and the level of jobs we have and the pay that those jobs pay. Then you're talking about this, man, no.
Hey, even though the former president tried almost 60 times to get rid of it, it is intact, helping hundreds of millions of people in our country.
Yeah, and costing us hundreds of billions of dollars to afford it. My shit went down. My health care went down. I had to go to Kaiser, and I ain't like it because I like my PPO. People, our black people argue with you, but you didn't have to do. You could have paid more. I said, well, I didn't want to pay more because I couldn't afford it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Our health care at our job shouldn't even be tied to our job. You had a job you hate, can't quit because that's what Obama was supposed to clear up. Remember that? That's what Obamacare was supposed to do. Put us in a situation where no matter what we did in our life, we had health care. So why are we liking this goddamn Obamacare? It ain't no different from my ass. If I quit a job, I ain't got no health insurance. I have no health insurance if I don't have employment. And that's most of you are looking at me have that same issue. You can't just get pissed off at a job and say, you know what, the only thing I need is my health care. I don't need this money. I don't need these checks. And you get up and walk your ass off, and then you might be in my age group where you need your health care the most. And they tell me, man, please, we need to understand, if Obama had done what he said gonna do, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. They still sound like that. Everything she say sound like what Obama said, because it didn't get nowhere. It didn't get anywhere. It didn't do anything for us. But what they need to do is go to single payer, and that single payer need to be the goddamn United States government or the corporations in the government. Why scam money off of us to pay for health care for people who can't afford it, instead of skimming money off the corporations who you're bringing these poor people over to go work for? Why don't you skim money off of them? Could you think of that? You know what? I might be qualified to be a vice president. I don't know, because I think I got more qualifications than Kamala do. I will put my resume up against hers. I'm saying that right now. And if I can get up there and get a little help on the debate stage, I think I can pull it off.
We have a vision of our country where we understand that the access to health care should not be a privilege just of those who can afford it. It should be a right. And that is why together we cap the cost of prescription drugs for our seniors, and we'll cap the cost of prescription.
What if you poor as hell and you don't have diabetes? I mean, what if you poor as hell and you ain't even on no prescription drugs? You're just having a hard time with the prescriptions you need is food. You know what I mean? And a good place, safe place to live. She's talking about all the sick people and all the ill people, because they just figure all black people got health problems. You get in there and pound that in on them, and they'll think about all the diabetes in their family because of the low income. Raise our incomes and let us take care of our own insulin. I don't give a fuck if it's $2,000 a day, as long as I have a job where I can afford to pay for it. You shouldn't have to do so much work because we're so poor we can't afford the standard of living that most people don't even complain about. They just don't even have the health issues we have because they have incomes and wealth and medical coverage and preventive medical coverage. But when you take poor people and you just make them, everything is so dire and everything is so, then you come up with programs like the Obamacare or whatever you decide to call it. But it's no good for us because countries that we are giving away money to in the billions have health care for every citizen that lives in their state, country, or whatever. And we don't. Explain that. Just explain it. Why is the most powerful country on earth not able to give its citizens free health care? 100% of them. Even homeless people should be able to walk in a clinic and be taken care of, so that you don't start wondering if people are moral when it comes to taking care of the poor and the underprivileged and the black. You see where I'm going with this, folks? Isn't it kind of weird that black people have higher rates of everything bad and lower rates of everything good? That's not by accident. Our health issues, us retiring from jobs after we made it to the age of 65 and then by 68 you're dead. You know, I mean, that's what happened to my grandfather. That's what the health issues are so bad because the education is bad, because the medical coverage is bad, because everything is so bad. And when you deal with inferior everything, you become inferior, and it's intentional. And we got nobody advocating for us, and we even were given a person to advocate for us, and she ain't even advocating for us. So is Ketanji, remember the one they threw in for free? It's like the Democrats, not us, them. That's the important thing. And what they got against black men? You notice they keep putting black women in these positions. He didn't say, and in my opinion, I hope they're not zeroing us out saying Obama was president. We don't need no more black men. He represented. Now it's time to get these black women up there. It's almost like they divide our race among genders. And we go for it. Black women, I don't need no man. And black men making hit records talking about our women the way they do. I mean, we just so divided as a race. And I don't know how we can get into heated arguments we do over Kamala. Kamala don't love us. She ain't got no plan for us. She got nothing for us. And we argue with each other. And none of us have the understanding that it would be so much more productive for us to try harder to get along and discuss Kamala, but come out of the other end with an understanding, you know, because it's not hard. It ain't hard. This woman here, woo, it ain't hard. It's all out there. It's just, you know, and I didn't really get it at first, but I do understand that Donald Trump is over there, you know, licking his chops and hoping to benefit just like she is off the horrible and terrible person that she is, and that he'll scoop up votes and support and get into the White House. And I will say this, and then we're going to wrap this, but I will say this. Donald Trump has more of a track record and a base of support that is more undying. And I say that because they know who he is. They have watched his courtroom appearances. They have watched his 4 years of being our president. They've watched him campaign twice, 3 times now, in his 3rd time. So they are very familiar with who he is and what he is. Kamala, we saw her campaign twice. The first one didn't go so well. A lot of positions changed. That's why in this election, in this campaign, in this run for the White House, she needs to be a little more open and talk about her past and how things have changed and why things have changed, or if things have changed. How she could meet with Joe Biden every day and not realize he was mentally declining until he decided, he realized it and called her. She could have been like, "Hey Joe, you ain't right up there, man. You be tripping. You keep calling me Donald. We gotta, deal with that." So just to make us look a little better, as a people, help us out. Do something for us.
And drugs for all Americans. We actually have a plan for health care, not just concepts of a plan. Concepts. We have a vision of a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead And so we will build. Yes, what I...
Okay, I can't take it no more. This opportunity economy that she speaks of, I would like her opportunity income put next to every plan that maybe every other president in the last 60 years has put up. And I would like to know what makes her plan, because we know all the other plans up to this point that were put out by Democratic and Republican presidents. No black people was able to flourish or really get up there. And I'm not going to talk about black people individually. I'm talking about black people as a whole, really closing the racial wealth gap as a whole, not Michael Jordan and not, you know what I'm saying, not Tiger Woods, you know, not Oprah. I'm not the few. I'm talking about the many. So I would like her plan next to all the other presidents' plans so that we can see what's in her plan that's going to help and work and make us excel that wasn't in any of the other plans. Wouldn't that make sense? Isn't that a logical way of looking at it? Ain't nothing in her plan.
Call an opportunity economy, so every person has an opportunity to own a home, start a business, and build intergenerational wealth, including my plan to help create 25 million new small businesses in the next 4 years.
And the fewest of those 25 million will be us. We might open some small businesses, but of the small businesses that will open under this plan, we will have the least. We always have, we currently do, and nothing's going to change. And that's why she's calling it an opportunity economy, and like she's just going to, like you do with kids, you just bust the piñata open, and when the candy falls, everybody got to go for it. And you find some kids got a lot more than others. Well, that's going to happen here. And we know which kids are going to get the least. Us. And she's acting like she's talking to black people. And they're cheering for her. And she's telling them her plan is better than every other president's plan when it comes to black people trying to progress. She ain't say that. She said everybody's going to have access. So I guess she's saying we're going to have more access than we've ever had before, which isn't true. It's not.
Ours is a vision of a future where we protect our most fundamental freedoms, including the freedom to vote.
See? I knew it was going to get back to that.
Which is why we will finally pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act and the Freedom to Vote Act.
How many voting acts can you possibly have in a country that's fundamentally not racist?
And we will continue to fight for the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government telling her what to do. Because we here know one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government should not be telling her what to do. And CBC, when you pass a bill to restore reproductive freedoms, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law.
Yeah, you'll sign anything into law that come across your desk. But the way that Senate and Congress is run, you ain't going to be signing a whole bunch of stuff that's going to favor you. And the stuff that'll make it to your desk is going to be so broken up and watered down. I just don't understand that look on your face, like things just flowing across your desk, and you just going to be... You can say whatever you want about what you're going to sign when it comes across your desk, but that's the key part. It has to make it to your desk. And we ain't even on your agenda. The only thing we can look forward to as black people is Congress bringing up that H.R. 40 again. And then hopefully we'll have enough people in the House to vote symbolically for it so that it won't never go to the Senate. Hakeem Jeffries, what's he going to do? What's he been doing? Nothing. He gonna be the speaker. He gonna bring the damn thing to a vote for the HR 40, and that's all we get to fight for is the HR 40, because everybody know it ain't going nowhere. Is our little Super Bowl is just getting a vote on it in the House, It passed the House. It's dead in the Senate. Hey, it passed the House again. It's dead in the Senate. Everybody know how that go. Everybody know how that go. I'm so pissed off about it that's what they got us fighting for. Something that cannot win. Just appeasing us. I go over there and vote on that goddamn HR for get your ass out, get your black ass out of here. We are not giving you an opportunity to progress. That's what she's saying to us. An opportunity. Progress means to close gaps, to move up. We are the original minority in this country. The original. Second, I'm sorry. White people was the original minority because when they first came over, there were more Indians than them. So I'll take that back. We were the first largest minority for a long time. For a long time. And we've been overtaken by Hispanics recently. And that's cool. When you open up the floodgates and let 10 to 18 million of them in at a whack, they're going to overtake us. I guess we've accepted that as reality. Now, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to fight harder for our own existence, or are we going to just keep on trying to blend in and get in where we fit in? Because that ain't going to work, because that ain't her plan. She's telling you one thing and she thinking another. Right in front of our black leaders, and they sitting there just smiling, and they know what the Democratic plan is, and they know we're not in on it, and they good with that. We need to get rid of the Black Caucus. They're not fighting for us anymore. And if there's other states that have them besides California, they need to get rid of them too. Californians need to go. The Congressional Black Caucus on the federal level, out of here. They doing nothing for us. Nothing. We'd be better to go back to grassroots. It's better to fight the government from the outside than the inside. That's what I think. Looks like us getting interwoven in there. You know what I'm saying? It's a tumor that might not be able to be cut out without, harming the rest of the body. So I don't think that it's going to work for us being a part of the United States government, especially when they keep throwing people up here like this. Imposters. Straight out imposters. And black people get mad when you say that about Kamala or Barack. Imposters, they black. Yeah. Okay.
So to continue to realize our vision for the future of our nation, we have some hard work ahead of us. But I know we like hard work.
No, picking cotton is hard work. Are you out of your goddamn mind? No, we don't like hard work. That's the fucking... You're in front of a bunch of black people and you sitting up there talking about, but we don't like hard work. We don't like picking them. We don't like protesting. We don't like none of that shit. It's the only way we can move forward. And it is hard work. But don't get up there and say we like hard work and refer it to your campaign. You out your goddamn mind. No. Hell no. It's so disrespectful, the shit that you say. You don't sit in a dark room and close your eyes and think about that shit for a minute. Nah, I better not say that. You've been around us long enough to know better. But then these fools is out here cheering. They're going to be pissed at you should you win. They're going to be pissed at you. But I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. But are you crazy? Hard work we like hard work. We like hard work. And they over there cheering. No, y'all don't do hard work. That's why y'all doing that shit. Find some black people and fill up an audience and say that shit in front of them. Working our asses off for less than other people make. We like hard work. No, we don't. It's so disrespectful.
Hard work is good work. Hard work is joyful work. And generations of Americans before us.
That's just ignorant. Hard work is joyful work. Well, I guess white people don't like joyful work. That's why they went and got slaves. Because that would have been a good opportunity for them to be happy. Go out there and start picking cotton and working your own goddamn fields. Instead of going to Africa and stealing a group of people and then use them until you can't use them any longer, and then don't be willing to do anything for them. And she up here telling us hard work is good work. Y'all your goddamn mind, Kamala Harris.
Led the fight for freedom and for the future. And now the baton is in our hands.
The baton is not in your hands. If I have to keep saying this shit, I swear to God, I'm going to have to go and say it out loud. We want to protesters in your speech. The baton has not been passed. Because it has not been passed. And why do you keep saying that? That is so presumptuous. Who I think a black person who we all as black people collectively agree on should have the right to get up there and give you the smell test and let us all know, yeah, she's good. But we don't need nobody to do that shit. We know you ain't no good, and you up here talking about you done took the baton. Are you crazy?
I truly believe that America is ready to turn the page on the politics of division and hate.
Yep, reparations and asking for it. That's fucking division and hate. If you asking for reparations, you are a divider. You are not getting along with your neighbors. If you point your finger and accuse your neighbor of being an ancestor of an oppressor, that's just wrong. You can't do that. You gotta play like none of that stuff happened so we can turn the page.
And to do it, our nation is counting on the leadership in this room. So to everyone here, no matter what state or district you live in or represent, I thank you in advance for your work, the work you have done and will continue to do to register people to vote, and to get folks to the polls. Each of us has a job to do. And the bottom line is, we know what we stand for.
We don't. We don't. We really don't. A lot of black people have been so tricked by the abortion talk, you know, about having the freedom to love who you want to love talk. You know, it's a lot of talk going on that's used as a diversionary tactics on us. And it's pretty effective, obviously. You know, it's obviously pretty effective. We got our black leaders crowded in a room for a nice steak dinner, and they can't none of, what is wrong with us anymore? Why can't somebody get up on that mic and say, and before they introduce her, let her know what our expectations. You about to come in our house and speak. You're not about to come in here with that bullshit. We expect this out of you. We expect that out of you. And cheer and roar and make a noise then. So she knows she ain't about to get up there with no bullshit talking about somebody handed her a baton. Nobody handed you no baton. You out your goddamn mind? You ain't even in the race with us. We can't hand a baton to the other fucking team. Are you crazy?
And that's why we know what we fight for. And when the CBC fights, we win.
Well, I guess they don't fight.
I thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you, everybody.
Kamala don't have no problem with that shit. Lying to us. She has absolutely no problem lying to us. I can't believe that somebody who claims to be one of us in subliminal ways. She's so slick. People be like, she never said. Okay, I say she didn't. Joe Biden did. And that's where it all started. When Joe Biden was like, I'm going to pick an African American. Why? Who asked for her? Who asked for any black woman? We don't give a fuck about that shit. What we want is for you to start treating black men right. We are the leaders and the head of our race, whether you like it or not. Just like white men are the leaders and the head of their race. Understand that. Hispanic men are the leaders and the men of their race. It's nothing that we get to do. It's nothing to do with politics. It's got nothing to do with your feelings. It got to do with God or whoever created us. That's what makes men men and women women. A man can protect, provide, and do all those things when given the opportunity. A woman can nurture and reproduce and take care of the nest while we out building it, bringing things back, adding to our wealth, adding to for our family, protecting and taking care of our family. But we've been put in a position where y'all openly right in front of the whole goddamn country just disrespecting black men, making us look like we incapable. You all Biden did, black men voted for you too, Biden, by the way. And all you did in your campaign in 2020 was talked about black women and how you was going to do this for them and how you was going to do that for them. And I don't understand why. What is the reason that you couldn't pick a black man, especially on that Supreme Court? That would have been cool. Somebody go over there and sit next to Clarence Thomas and be like, what's up, bro? What's up? So, dog, how you doing? Clarence Thomas would be like, I'm not your dog. To whoop his ass. But I would really be taken back to think that Kamala, and I am taken back to think that she takes us for being that damn stupid. I've seen her at the Hispanic Congressional Caucus, and they've gotten billions out of her this administration for programs in their communities. And when you think about that kind of stuff, you're thinking, well, gosh, she don't be doing nothing for no black communities or no black people. And all these business loans she's about to let just fall out, and everybody, they're going to scatter, and people are going to go out there and be grabbing them. When this is all said and done, you can argue with black popcorn all you want. You could be like, oh, man, you don't know what you're talking about. I check in 4 years. See how many small businesses she created, and see how many of them was gotten by black people, and the ratio of that compared to other races. That's all I'm saying. So what is the advantage and the benefit of having her? Because if she didn't look like us, she wouldn't be able to get on stage and debate with people. And when they say things that hurt her feelings, call it the old playbook and pretend like they're racist, when you're not even the kind of person that they would be racist against, because you're not a descendant of slaves in America. We're the ones they hate. You're the one they work with. They're working with you. I'm going to go get me a beer. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you guys on the next one.